The Merab code has finally been cracked. Alexander Pantoja, I feel for you, bro. That was brutal to watch. Man, I've never seen nothing like that live. Was Brandon Moreno an early stoppage? And like I told y'all, Peyton Tablet beat the brakes off Henry Cejudo and took him down. Let's talk about it. Man, Peter Yan. Look. My boy Lucas Tracy's been telling us how great Yan is. Yan's got it all, bro. He's got the striking, he's got the grappling, he's got the IQ, he's got the toughness, he's got the... Yan has it all, bro. He put on... Bro, he 49-46 Merab. Now, going into the fight, he was telling Merab that he was hurt. And we got to start believing these fighters when they say they're hurt. They're not lying. And I should have put that into consideration, but man, I didn't think anyone would be able to stop Merab. My thought process should have been, if Merab can stuff all those takedowns with a broken hand or whatever was wrong with his arm, with his right hand in the first fight, he's going to easily shut these shits off. He defended Merab was 2 for 29 on takedowns, bro. Peter Yan was 5 for 9. Peter Yan is a better bro. Come on now, man. Yan is him. Y'all stop playing with Yan. Sorry, Yan, I doubted you, bro. You know, I was caught in the whole Merab or of him just running through everybody. Merab hasn't lost in like 14 fights. He was on like a 14-fight win streak. The only round Merab won was the first round. And I don't really remember how the rounds were. I just remember how the whole fight looked. And we found Merab's kryptonite. Well, Sean O'Malley low-key found Merab's kryptonite in his first fight. But if you tear Merab's body up, there's something about when Merab gets hit to the body, he does not like that shit. Do y'all remember in the 5th round in the first fight with Sean O'Malley? He like teeped him and he barely nicked him in the stomach and Merab was holding. Boy, Yan was lighting his ass up with these rear leg body kicks. Merab was flinching every time. He had some nasty body punch shots. Like, the way Peter, and then every time he would go to southpaw, I think Merab, I was thinking in the back of my mind, like, oh, Peter is about to slam this body kick. And I think it would make Merab hesitate, and Peter would do a good job of, you know, throwing the 2 down the pipe, kicking the left, and then he'd slam that body kick. He was just mixing Merab up, bro, styling on Merab. His takedowns, his technique, Yan is that boy, bro. Yan is him, y'all. Stop playing with Piotr Yan, bro. He is the man. I just looked at it. Y'all thought I was lying. 2 for 29, bro. 5 for 9. Now, Merab had a lot of output. 450. Merab, this dude is a machine. Merab took a ass beating and just kept coming. But as we see, if you can kind of like shuck off them beginning takedowns, beat Merab up a little bit, his shots will get so fucking like labored and slow, and by the 4th and 5th round, Yan was shucking them shits off like it was nothing. I said, if Yan's gonna win a decision, he's gonna have to control Merab a little bit, which he wasn't really able to control him when he'd take him down, because Merab would just get his ass right back up. Another thing Merab kept doing was he was trying to submit him. Well, he had to do it in the 5th round because he knew he was down 3-1 or whatever, and he kept pulling guillotines, and Yan wasn't gonna tap to that. And it looked like Merab didn't have very good positioning in the guillotine. Like a couple of the times he was like in half guard, damn near trying to pull the guillotine off. You're not gonna get that, especially against someone like Yan. Probably one of the top 10 greatest fighters of all time. Y'all thought Lucas Tracy was crazy, bro. We're putting Yan in the top 10. Yan is top 10. I don't give a fuck. I mean, who does that to Merab? Who does that, man? Yo, when Merab caught the beats, Merab was low-key coping too. He's like, hey, I want to put on an entertaining fight. No, brother. Yan is just too skilled for this shit, and he was hurt the first fight. We got to start believing, like I said, we got to start believing these fighters. They got no reason to lie. They're the toughest people on the planet. As you can tell with what happened to Alexander Pantoja, we'll talk about that here in a second, but my God, these dudes are gladiators. Man, I really hope with the Paramount deal, we're able to get these guys some more money, because these dudes should be paid way higher than NBA players, soccer players, hockey and football. They're kind of gritty. What other some other baseball players? Like, come on, man. These are our gladiators, bro. Like, every time I watch the fighters walk into the octagon, I'm like, damn, this is some real gladiator type shit, bro. Like, this sport is nuts, and this sport is brutal. The mental toughness these fighters have, or people like me, you come on here talking shit about them, and then, you know, Armin, who's getting fucked over, like, these dudes are just built different. And I said Merab was the boogeyman of the division. Peter Yan has always been the boogeyman. Come on. Yan out-scrambled Merab. Yan out-wrestled Merab. Yan out-struck Merab. Yan beat Merab everywhere. And we're starting to find out that you could literally become one of the GOATs of the UFC just by cardio, heart, and toughness. Merab has those 3 things, and he was literally able to become one of the greatest UFC fighters of all time. So if you got heart, cardio, and toughness, man, you can go far. You can go far as a fighter. So yeah, shout out to Marab, shout out Jan. Definitely fight of the night. I was just in awe, bro, of watching how Jan was stalking Marab, bro. You know, Jan is so crisp, bro. Man, this is what I'm talking about, eye test. If you look at the eye test when you watch Jan fight, you can just tell you're just witnessing greatness, bro. Like, this dude is so nice. Okay, I've been glazing Jan for like 8 minutes. Let's move on to the next fight. But damn, shout out Jan. Man, this was so hard to watch, bro. One of the most brutal things I saw, though, is when they were walking Pantoja. And for y'all that don't know, Pantoja threw a high kick. And this is like, freak accidents happen all the time because Pantoja throws a high kick. Joshua Van throws him down. Alexander Pantoja goes to a post with his hand, and his elbow, dude, that was I only watched it once because I just wanted to see what had happened. His shit went, man. So that's what happened. He broke his arm or elbow. I don't know what it was, and it was just so nasty. It looked like when the shoulder pops out, it's just hanging. His arm was just hanging. But one of the things that just hurt me the most seeing is they had to get Pantoja out of there, and as he was like walking down the stairs out the octagon, his wife was there, and then I think it was his son, and his son looked like, God, dude. That's what I'm saying, man. Like these fighters, as kids is in the crowd and witnessing. I'm like, oh my God, this is so brutal. And I saw Alexander Pantoja's son. He just looked like he was like freaking the fuck out, which I would be too. Pantoja's wife seemed like she was a little bit, but yeah, that was a lot. That was a lot. And there's got to be some kind of rule put in, like, dude, Joshua Van did not TKO Alexander Pantoja, bro. That's a freak accident. Like, I don't like that. And I don't like how he lost it. He lost his belt after all that work he put in because he went to a post and a freak injury happens. Like, come on. Bro, I swear to God, Pantoja needs, I don't know if he wants to fight no more. If I was Pantoja, I would wrap that shit up. I would get healthy. Hopefully, you know, he made enough money, or hopefully the UFC can compensate him for all the work he's put in for this company. And he should retire. I don't like seeing, and he's never going to be the same. I'm telling you, when you have these major injuries, people never come back the same. But if Pantoja does come back, he's got to fight for the championship off rip. If they make him fight anybody else, this organization is a joke. But we got Jan and Tatura. How do you say his name? I can never. Taisara Taira. So we got, not Jan. I'm still on the Jan shit. So we got Van and Tatura. Is that how you say it? Taisara. So we got Van and Tyra coming up next. I was really excited to see what was going to happen in this fight, man. It only lasted 26 seconds. Man, that was a bummer. But this was an overall great card. Other than this fight, I had to keep scrolling down and seeing having them fights pop back into my memory. But other than that, man, these fights were awesome. Hopefully we can see Joshua Van back in there. Hopefully before the White House. Hopefully if Pantoja comes back, he takes his time, he gets that arm fully healthy again, because I don't want to see Pantoja get hurt like that. Man, shout out Pantoja. You still the champ in my eyes, bro. He didn't take that shit off you. A freak accident happened and you lose your fucking belt. We got to fix that rule. Let's get into this, man. Let's get into this. Brandon Moreno came out in a good wrestling stance because we knew Tyra, the grappler he is, but too low output. I'm looking at this, 9 for 17. Brandon Moreno was too low output. He was in his wrestling stance, but just not enough output. In the second round, Tyra ends up flattening him out. And he starts doing the Jalen Turner, Bobby Green shit where Brandon Moreno's not really moving and he's fucking ground and pounding the side of his face, and ref called it. I don't think Brandon Moreno was going to win this fight anyway, but Brandon Moreno's been in a lot of wars. If I'm looking for the ref's point of view, I wasn't mad at the stoppage. I love Brandon Moreno, one of my favorite fighters, but you got to move, bro. You can't sit there and eat shots like that because it looks like you're knocked out. So might have been early stoppage. Brandon, when the fight was over, he was looking at the ref, but he wasn't really saying anything. He was just looking at him. I don't know. So he might have been rocked, but I'm not mad at the stoppage. But Brandon came out way too low output and was getting out scrambled. Actually, in the first transit, I was really excited to see the grappling because Brandon's got really good grappling. Tyra, that's what he's known for. The first takedown, I think Brandon landed in full mount, bro. I think Tyra initiated the grappling and Brandon reversed it and landed smack dab in full mount. And then in the second round, it ended up happening to Brandon, and Brandon got his back taken. And once Brandon got his back taken, that's what led to him getting flattened out and all that. So yeah, Taisara Taira, I can't say this dude's name. Taisara Taira versus Vaughn. I'm calling him Vaughn. Van and Jan. Taisara Taira versus Van. Happening next, Brandon Moreno, 3-5 win streak. That shit gets snapped. Got to go back to the drawing board again. He's not that old, but man, his body has a lot of punishment. But he's a warrior. Mexicano. But I thought it'd be in. All right. I called this fight down to the T. I said Henry Cejudo was a washed-up wrestler in MMA, and he can't really wrestle like that. He's getting taken down by Peyton Tablet, but when we seen him wrestle against Ronnie Barcelos, he couldn't even stop a takedown. I'm like, come on, man. I give Henry Cejudo this. I'm not gonna shit on Henry. It was his last fight. He retired. He brought the fight. He came out and threw 4 of the hardest leg kicks, the fastest leg kicks I've ever seen. And Peyton Tablet switched that stance. He was not liking that shit. So Henry did come out trying to impose his will, but God, he beat the brakes off Henry Cejudo, man. I said this. Henry Cejudo is a tough out, bro. He's got this noggin as a head. He's hard as hell to finish. You can't knock him out with punches to the head because Peyton Tablet hit him with everything in the book, and Henry was just getting rocked, and he would recover and just come swinging and fighting back. This dude's like 5'4", bro. He looks like Pitbull Cruz. But yeah, you got to beat Henry Cejudo to the body, bro. You got to work that body. And I didn't see enough of that out of Peyton. But Peyton did, man. He put on a masterclass. That inside trip that he took down was nasty. That double leg he got on Henry was nasty. He beat him everywhere in the fight. This definitely should have been fight of the night. Henry got a worse beatdown than Merab did, and Merab took a legendary beatdown. But man, I'm excited to see what's next for Peyton Tablet. He's either getting Song Yadong. This is what I hope happens. I hope Song Yadong beats O'Malley. Then we can get O'Malley versus Talbot. Come on, man. And if O'Malley doesn't want to smoke, Corey Sandhagen, Talbot, set that shit up. Corey's going to try to grapple too much, though. I already know Corey's going to try to use that grappling. Peyton's young, though, and he's getting better so fast. Yeah, I really like his performance, man. His striking, one of the most entertaining fighters in the bantamweight division. Yeah, shout out to Henry, though, for imposing his will. Because he really wanted, it looked like he really wanted to win that last fight. I don't know, I can't ever tell if Henry's just putting on a show for the cameras or putting on a character. But, after the fight, he said, fuck. And then he's talking to Dana, and he's like, yeah, that's it, man. He's just being so dramatic, but I know it's your career, it's your legacy. But he's talking about, I don't think Henry Cejudo ever beats Peyton Tablet. He's talking about, oh, I ought to watch that, I ought to destroyed that kid back in my day. Man, fuck all that. We're here right now. What did you do tonight? You imposed your will, but you got your ass lit up. And I don't think Henry Cejudo ever beats Peyton Tablet unless it's like a rookie Peyton Tablet who just came to the UFC and doesn't know how to grapple yet. Henry, he just can't control a fly, bro. Like, his striking's not very good. I mean, he had some nice leg kicks, but Peyton didn't even beat him in his best stance. Peyton put the beats on him in a southpaw stance, and Peyton's orthodox. So I'm glad to see that Peyton Tablet can fight out of both stances. That's a good thing to know. Peyton Tablet, man, we might be looking at the next bantamweight champion. He took a big setback with that Barcelos fight, but I think that's 2 or 3 fights in a row. He's bounced back, so excited to see where he goes on from there. Next, we got Jan Blachowicz versus Anthony Smith Jr. Bogdan Guskov. What do I remember about this fight? Yo. All right, so Jan was chopping that leg. I wish I was listening to the commentary. I know Joe Rogan was spazzing out because Jan Blachowicz was throwing those big, ugly low kicks. Like Lucas Tracy says, the big, ugly low kicks. And he was chopping that right leg. When Bogdan finally got that takedown in the second round, or not takedown, when he rocked him and he jumped on him, and I could see like the welts in the rat, I was like, okay, Jan, he does got that Polish power. But this was a good fight, man. I just remember the low kicks and him in this, I can't remember. The second round, he dropped Jan with like a right straight and jumped on him, and he just brutally beat him up with the ground and pound. And then Jan ended up, oh yeah, that's right. Bogdan looked gassed in the third round. That's what happened. Jan put on a hell of a performance in that third round. I think this is kind of the decision round where we don't know really what happened. He won that. Bogdan won the second round. Jan won the third round. But man, Jan was putting it on him. It looked like he was gassed out. That leg was chopped. It was all on the feet. Jan was just trudging forward, plotting forward. Jan should fight in the heavyweight division, bro, because he moves like a fucking heavyweight. But yeah, this was a good ass fight. I think I picked Grant Dawson. I said the grappling would be too much. Grant Dawson has no chin. Literally the first punch Manuel Torres hit him with. I know Manuel's got power, but Grant went flying to the canvas, and then Manuel jumps on him and it's over. And I was thinking, like, man, Bobby Green got that fluke knockout on you. That's never gonna happen again. Grant Dawson doesn't have a chin. Manuel was ready for all the takedowns. How many takedowns did he shoot? 2? Well, he stuffed both those shits with Eversley. Like, he didn't even get a chance to grab him. It was just shucked off. So, Manuel Torres with the big dub. Man, this was a crazy-ass fight. Was this not fight of the night, bro? Like, I don't be understanding, like, what the fuck? Terrence McKinney, as soon as the fight comes out, throws a flying knee, busts Chris Duncan in the face, rocks Chris Duncan. And from there on, it's just a big slugfest, big brawl fest. We're just slinging leather. Then Chris Duncan ends up coming back and throwing big meaty hooks like Cody Brundage and rocks Terrence McKinney. And then Terrence McKinney gets dropped, goes down, and he's just punching him up in the cage. Punching him up against the cage. And the ref is like, you gotta move. He gets up. Chris Duncan, I think, hit him with like an elbow. Was it the elbow? I can't fucking remember. But drops him again and jumps on like a darce, I think it was. Man, this is one of the best comebacks of the year. One of the best 2 minutes and 30 seconds of fighting you'll ever see. You know, I just don't understand Marvin Vettori. Like, it says he got more strikes, but Marvin Vettori, like, he's like gun shy. When Marvin Vettori throws punches, it's like he throws the first one really hard and then like lets off on the second one. Like, bro, you have the best chin. Bruno Ferreira was cracking him in his shit, and he just walks it down. He doesn't even get rocked. Like, he eat head kicks. This dude has a granite chin, but will just never impose his will. He does, like Lucas says, he does the outside foot battle shit, where he's just in there overthinking shit. Bro, just go impose your will. You have a granite chin. You cannot be hurt. What are you doing, Marvin Vettori? I don't understand it. This dude's kind of slick, though. He's pretty entertaining. He kind of gassed, too, in the third round. Like, in the third round, I think Marvin Vettori won that shit. This dude was gassed out because he kept cracking Marvin Vettori and he's just eating them shits and then wearing on his gas tank. But Marvin Vettori does not impose his will and can't throw more than 2-punch combinations. And the second punch isn't even hard. So, Marvin Vettori, I'm glad he'll be out the rankings now. Hopefully we don't ever have to see him with a ranking beside his name. He should be only fighting on prelims from here on out. Just doesn't have it, bro. Just doesn't have that killer instinct. He don't have that X factor. I don't see it. This pisses me off, bro. This pisses me off a lot. Okay, if Edson Barboza, we know he's on the end of his career. He just lost to Drakkar Klose, who fucking sucks. I got beef with Drakkar Klose because he was emoting on the legend Edson Barboza. Like, you can't be, man, get the fuck out of here. But you put him up against this young killer Jalen Turner. I know Jalen Turner's coming off retirement and all this other shit, but you put him up against, man, set that man up to get KO'd. They be setting these fucking legendary UFC fighters to get KO'd. What are you doing? If you want Jalen Turner to come back, make him fight someone good. He said he was going to retire. You should have put him back in there with like a real killer and put his ass back in retirement. Putting the legend Edson Barboza, legend washed up fighters should only fight legend washed up fighters. Unless you're Henry Cejudo. I just didn't, it made me, it's disgusting, bro, what they did to Edson Barboza. Because Jalen Turner goes out there, of course, rocks Edson Barboza within the first exchange and beats the crap out of him like 43 hard, brutal punches, man. And it's not fair, bro. This, like I said, this fight game is brutal, man. This is another one of those crazy one of them crazy fucking stand and bang, just stand and bang, just throw leather, look down at the canvas and throw big meaty hooks like Josh Emmett. And whoever's chin made the best chin win. I saw that in one of the YouTube comments. Made the best chin win, and this dude had the better chin. This card was electric from beginning to end. Fuck, I didn't see that fight. And then this dude Mario Santos got a nice 1-2 down the middle and knocked out. But this is kind of a boring-ass fight. I'm not going to lie. Damn, I wish I could have saw Mansoor get the submission because I thought he was a knockout artist. So there we have it, guys. The last pay-per-view we have to pay for at least 7 years. I don't know if they'll go back to the pay-per-view, but Paramount Plus, already got it downloaded. Already got my subscription. I got a nice old finesse, too. I got the Paramount Plus for $30 for a year. Definitely let me know y'all comments down below what y'all thought of the card, what y'all thought of the top 10 UFC fighter ever, Jan, putting on that performance. What y'all think about my boy Peyton Tablet? I don't think I saw any painted fingernails, so that's why, you know what I'm saying, I can be a fan of him again. Tell me if y'all think the Brandon Moreno was an early stoppage or not. Let me definitely know in the comments down below. Appreciate y'all for watching. If you made it this far, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. We out.
I'm him, I can tell you from the jump, I'm a different breed. Bought a new tech, free shot, no referee. I ain't gon' force, nah shit, I'ma let it be. White gold shining, diamonds red like the 7 Seas.